Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Now you're probably wondering why we're in a school even though it's summer. Well, that's because today, we're checking out the worst of PBS Kids. Now, PBS Kids has made some pretty good shows like Molly of Denali, Arthur, and Odd Squad. But they also made some pretty forgettable shows such as Nature Cat, Ready Jet Go, and Splash and Bubbles. And they also made some terrible shows. Just like the Nick Jr. shows, these shows are either really annoying, or really boring. But for this video, I'm gonna need some help from a person who watched PBS Kids more than I did. Sup Darian, since you watched PBS Kids way more than I did, would you mind helping me with this video?
Yes, I'd love to help. But, why are we in school? We are on summer break.
Well, he decided to put a school background in this video because I think it fits PBS Kids really well. Anyways, onto the countdown. Whoa, PBS Kids did a show about superheroes. How could they possibly make this boring? I bet they stop villains from setting the city on fire. Or maybe they stop giant newt kings from stabbing kids with fire swords.
Actually, they just save a baby duckling.
Wait, what?
They just save a baby duck and brings him back to his mother.
Wait, that's all they do?
Well, they also once saved a little girl's birthday party.
Are you serious?
Yep. They saved the birthday party from the wind. So I guess we can say that the wind is the bad guy.
Yeah, I think I can guess why you decided to put this on the list.
Hero Elementary is so pathetic. Especially when they do their superpowers of science. I mean, watch an episode of Hero Elementary and tell me you're not bored.
And not to mention, it's just forgettable. I watched like half of season 1 and I can barely remember anything about it. Really, the only thing I remember is that stupid Hale dude. I don't know why I remember him so well, he's just all I remember. I think what they were trying to do was to encourage kids to use observation skills.
I mean, I guess it tries to teach the kids something. But couldn't they at least thrown in a villain or something to make things more interesting?
I agree, and a lot of the reviews I saw seemed to think so too. And I think I speak for those bad reviews when I say that Hero Elementary is a predictable and boring mess. Let's move on.
This show, like Hero Elementary, is really boring. I know it's trying to teach kids about life lessons, but its way is dumb. Like literally, the only memorable thing about this show is the songs. Like listen to one, and tell me it's not stuck in your head for 55,939,538 millenniums. It's also running out of ideas, it repeats their lessons from like, season 1. And don't forget the fact that they keep on singing the P-word song that I hate so much.
Yeah, Daniel Tiger is not a likable protagonist. He's bratty, predictable, and he always makes a big deal out of everything.
This show got a lot of bad reviews on Common Sense Media from parents. And honestly, I don't blame them. Combine Daniel's bratty attitude and the endless songs, this makes for a pretty bad PBS show.
Speaking of reviews, one mother said that her kid kept getting into arguments and throwing temper tantrums because of Daniel. Wow, just wow. Parents, don't let your kids watch this show. Okay, let's get the obvious out of the way. This show is a huge rip-off of Sid the Science Kid. And while Sid the Science Kid is the equivalent to a decent bowl of chicken noodle soup, Eleanor wonders why is the equivalent to spoiled milk.
Also, one of the characters, Ari, literally stole the voice of Brad from Xavier Riddle.
Well, I checked the fandom from both shows, and it turns out that both characters were voiced by the same guy.
Oh, okay. But that doesn't make the show any better.
I agree. This show is just bland, uninspired, and boring. It's just a girl named Eleanor going around and saying that stupid catchphrase.
It's so interesting!
Shut up.
You tell her, Darian. Now let's move on to the bottom 2. Okay, first off, what kind of name is Don Quixote? That's like the worst name for a show since Her Keeper Key.
And also, what is this bull crap? I think this thing you call a show should be at number 1. Everything about it sucks. The puppets, the voices, the stories, the characters, everything.
I understand why you would put this at number 1, but personally, I think there is one show that's even worse. But before we get to that, let's go through some honorable mentions. Wow. Just freaking wow. This show is so freaking awful. Where do I even begin? This show is so freaking annoying. At least the other shows on this list was only boring and most of them weren't shoving lessons down your throat all the time. Every episode of this train wreck is just Pinkalicious going around and using her stupid imagination to create acid trips.
This show is like listening to kindergarteners play music, playing with girly girls, and taking care of a dog at the same time.
And don't even get me started with the songs. They're not catchy, they're not clever, they're not creative, and they just feel like acid trips. Sure, some of the Backyardigans songs felt a bit unnecessary, but at least they were catchy, and they didn't drag out for the entire episode. These songs just go on and on and on, to the point where I want to smash my TV. Pinkalicious and Paterific is the most annoying cartoon of all time. And for Nick Jr. and PBS Kids, that's saying a lot. I hope I don't find a more annoying show out there. Well, that's it for this video. Make sure you smash that like button, and subscribe to Party TV.
And also subscribe to my TikTok account. The link will be in the description.
Well guys, we'll see you next week.
Når helgen nærmer seg, spør alle hva jeg gjør da. Jeg hitter kløden som om hverdag var en lørdag. Så mange